At the given word, my assistant emptied the disgusting cockroaches along with all the scorpions and sea lice onto my chest. And of course they did what all disgusting creatures would do, which was climb into my clothing, up my face, in my nostril, into my ear, up my sleeve, down my chest, and it wasn't necessary to act at this point. These are true tales of my African adventures. May this inspire you, deter you, caution you, and above all, entertain you. I was on a collection drive to collect reptiles for a project. We always had projects which needed snakes or animals, or both. Like the time an American film company was filming an apocalyptic film where much of the earth had been nuked, and the actor had to resort to escaping various dangers by dodging into places such as gigantic stormwater drains which were infested with lice, cockroaches, and scorpions. Well, I was hired by the company to supply the creatures they required, which at some point in the movie also necessitated various snakes. The first creatures they needed, however, were certainly not everyone's cup of tea. I had to go to Namaqualand and collect 100 scorpions on an any species basis. Then collect 50-odd big red American cockroaches. And I must tell you that of all the creatures I have met, handled and worked with in my life, American cockroaches I find to be the most disgusting. I had to collect some giant sea lice, about 1,000 of those. And these I found on boulders on one of the Cape's many beaches. They were plentiful there, and they would scuttle all over the place. The idea was that the actor was escaping when he dislodged a pipe entering the stormwater drainage system, and all the scorpions and sea lice and cockroaches poured onto him out of the broken pipe. Delightful. Some of the scorpions were relatively dangerous, and so their stuntmen, who would dive off anything, dive onto anything, dive out of fast-moving cars, and perform all sorts of dangerous tasks, refused to have the scorpions and the cockroaches and the sea lice dumped on him. So guess what? I became a stuntman. And I was quite happy to do that. So dressed in the garb of the actor, I lay in the position while my assistant carefully prepared the creatures in a large basin. At the given word, my assistant emptied the disgusting cockroaches along with all the scorpions and sea lice onto my chest. And of course they did what all disgusting creatures would do, which was climb into my clothing, up my face, in my nostril, into my ear, up my sleeve, down my chest, and it wasn't necessary to act at this point. The body just took over and acted by itself. Needless to say, the scene was a hit with no second take necessary. Thank goodness. The main lesson by the whole exercise being that I should have asked them to pay me for the stunt, which they did not.